Check this out.
Coming from a Muslim perspective, I don't believe that the Trinity is portrayed anywhere in God's divine revelation. I believe that God is absolutely one, both in essence and in personhood. And I do also believe, and you are going to conflict with this, that the Trinity entails polytheism. What do you guys think about that?
I disagree, obviously. I believe that if God is strictly monotheistic, it actually serves more problems than it solves. For example, I would be curious to know from you, what would prompt a God who is strictly monotheistic, alone, and essentially isolated to decide to become a relational God? That would mean that he went from being alone at one point in time, and then he changed to become a relational God in order to create creation. And the issue is that he essentially changed. And if God can change, then I would conclude that God is not eternal. And even more scary, if God can change to become a relational God, then that means he can change again and decide that he doesn't want to be a relational God. But the distinction is that with the Trinity, we have a God that has always been relational because he's triune in his nature. We have a God that is love by his very essence. So when he decides to create creation and relate to them, it's not a foreign concept to him, unlike it would be with Allah. The Quran, as you know, introduces nearly every surah with the most merciful and the most benevolent. And my problem with that, again, is how would Allah be able to be merciful if he is strictly monotheistic? And in order to demonstrate that mercy, he would have to have become a relational God.
Okay, perfect. So do you believe that the persons of the Trinity are merciful to one another? Because mercy in this instance would imply that one of the persons of the Trinity is doing something wrong. And also another point that I wanted to touch on is you said that there's a problem with, and I'm going to quote your words verbatim, God being strictly monotheistic. So you don't believe strict monotheism?
Not in the sense of Tawhid. Now, to answer your second question, mercy is something that is relational, but it's a derivative of love. Allah, to my understanding, isn't love. So if God, who is love and who has always been love, becomes a relational God, the natural derivative would be to be merciful. What essentially I'm saying is it's not an extension for a God who has always been love to when he comes into relationship with someone else to be mercy. But a God that is not love, it would be foreign to him to all of a sudden be merciful. And it would also be problematic because it shows that he was not merciful for all eternity.
Are you in line with this? If you are, let us know in the comment section below.